I was heading out of town for a 4-day work trip. Nothing out of the ordinary, just a short conference, a few client meetings, then back home. My fiancée Ava and I had talked about it the week before. Everything seemed fine. She even joked about having the whole place to herself for a few days, said she'd binge some shows I didn't like and probably order way too much takeout. Typical Ava stuff. Looking back now, there were signs, small things I brushed off at the time. Like how, the night before I left, she kept bringing up the spare bedrooms. At first, it was casual. Something about reorganizing the guest room, clearing out the gym equipment. Later, she mentioned how nice it was to have extra space, just in case. I remember laughing, asking, just in case who? Royalty shows up? She didn't laugh, just gave me this tight smile and said, "You never know." I didn't think much of it then. Ava knows I'm protective of my space. I bought that house 2 years before we even met. She's been living there for almost a year now, but we'd always been clear. Boundaries matter, especially when it comes to her family. Her parents are the kind who push limits. Her dad once borrowed my power tools and left them in his trunk for 6 months. Her mom asked me to co-sign a car loan after I'd met her twice. And her brother, Leo? Don't even get me started. 24, unemployed, no plans to change that, and fully committed to the art of mooching. So yeah, I love Ava, but her family? Not so much. 2 days into the trip, she called. Her voice was oddly cheerful. Too cheerful. Ava's not fake, not normally. She told me her parents had come by for dinner since they happened to be in the area. That raised a red flag immediately. They live 2 hours away. They don't just drop by. And Ava knows how I feel about surprise visits, especially from her family. Still, I didn't push. I asked how it went. She said it was nice, and that they didn't stay long, then quickly changed the subject to how the hotel gym was. The weird feeling in my gut didn't go away. The next day, I got a text from Karen, my next-door neighbor. She's retired, watches the neighborhood like a hawk. It said, "Hey, just checking in. Noticed a lot of cars at your place the last few days. Everything okay?" I froze. Cars? Plural? I texted her back. "How many?" Her reply, 3 or 4 parked out front now. Saw people unloading bags yesterday." "Bags?" I called Ava. She answered, sounding breathless, like she'd just run up the stairs. I asked, "Karen says there are a bunch of cars outside the house. What's going on?" She paused. Too long. "Oh, that's just Leo and his girlfriend. They're helping me clean out the garage." That made no sense. Leo doesn't help anyone with anything. If he was there, it wasn't for chores. Still, I let it go, for the moment, but I couldn't shake it. I cut my trip short and didn't tell Ava. Something felt wrong. I needed to see for myself. I got back late at night. As I pulled into the driveway, 2 unfamiliar cars were parked outside. Lights on, movement in the windows. I walked in, suitcase in hand, and what I saw made me stop cold. Her parents were on the couch, watching TV. Her dad had his feet up on my coffee table. Her mom was flipping through one of the magazines I keep in the guest bathroom. Leo was reclined in my favorite chair, drinking one of my beers. And near the hallway, luggage. Not one bag. Multiple suitcases, duffel bags, backpacks. Ava spotted me first. Her face went pale. "You're home early," she said. "What the hell is going on here?" She stammered, said something about unexpected construction at her parents' house. How she thought it would be fine for them to stay just a few days. But there were too many bags, too many people, too many lies. She never asked, never even hinted at this. Then her dad said, "We're family now, right? What's the big deal?" That was it. The arrogance, the entitlement, the total disregard. "It's a big deal," I said, "because you didn't ask me. You don't just move into someone's house behind their back." Her mom chimed in, sweet smile on her face. "Oh, honey, we didn't want to bother you. Ava said it would be okay." I turned to her. "Did you say that?" She mumbled something about not wanting to stress me out while I was away. That was when I knew this wasn't an emergency. It was planned. Ava knew I'd say no, so she waited until I left to let them in. I told everyone to sit down. Let's be real. How long were you planning to stay? Ava said, a few days. Leo laughed and said, more like a few weeks. Her parents glared at him, but the damage was done. I asked again. Ava admitted the renovations would take a couple months, and her parents convinced her my house was the easiest solution. She figured I'd just accept it once I saw them here. You didn't think I'd mind? I asked, barely keeping my voice steady. You knew exactly how I'd feel. That's why you waited until I was gone. They had nowhere else to go, she said. Then you ask me. You don't make decisions for me, not in my house. Her dad stood up. This is Ava's house too, isn't it? No, I said. It's not. I bought it. I pay for it. You don't get to just show up like squatters and tell me how it's going to be. Her mom called me selfish. Leo rolled his eyes. I told them all they had to go. Hotel, friends, I didn't care. They had to be out by the end of the night. Ava begged, said I was tearing her family apart. I said we could talk about us later, but they were leaving. Period. That night, they packed. No one said a word to me. Ava slept in the guest room. The next few days were icy. She barely looked at me. I tried to open the door to conversation. I wanted to understand what she was thinking, but every time she just said, it wasn't a big deal. She didn't get it, wouldn't get it. It was just temporary, she said. Why are you acting like I sold your house? No, I said. You just gave away my trust. Then she said the one thing that finally broke me. Maybe the problem is you're too controlling. Controlling. That's what I got for expecting honesty in my own home. A few days later, she tried to pitch letting them come back, but with rules, time limits, shared spaces, boundaries. You don't get it, I told her. This isn't about rules. It's about trust. You lied to me. Well, maybe if you tried harder to get along with them, this wouldn't be such a big deal. That was it. That night, I sat her down. I told her I couldn't do this anymore. It wasn't just about the house or her family. It was the lying, the manipulation, the refusal to take accountability. She said I was throwing everything away. I said she already had. She packed a bag and left. It's been a week. The house is quiet again. I thought it would feel lonely, but mostly, it feels peaceful. I don't regret ending things. I regret letting it get that far. She wasn't building a future with me. She was building one for her family, on my foundation, with no respect for the person who laid it. I loved her, but love without trust isn't love at all.